Today also marks the 5-year anniversary of when Chula Vista mother Maya Millete disappeared. Her husband, Larry, is charged with her murder and is scheduled to go to trial this spring.
CBS 8's Kelly Hesjedal joins us here in the studio. Kelly, there's a lot going on. You interviewed a legal expert about the case today, but what might be the real bombshell for people? Larry Millete actually called our newsroom today.
Yeah, that's right. And what had happened is we had reached out to him for an interview. And then today, right around noon, he called from behind bars and talked with one of our investigative producers. So they talked for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Our producer asked him about today being the 5-year anniversary of Maya's disappearance. But Larry did not want to comment on the record about it. He also declined to do an interview. But one thing is clear, this trial is going forward. I spoke with a legal expert, Gretchen von Helms, about this case. She has no connection to it, but she's a longtime criminal defense attorney who has been following this case very closely. So here's some of our conversation that we recorded in our new Right Now studio.
How hard is it going to be to seat a jury in a case like this?
Well, it's going to be very difficult. So they're going to bring up a lot of jurors. So you basically want smart jurors that have lived under a rock.
Wow.
You know, that don't have a news source, don't have the paper, don't watch TV, you know, don't listen to podcasts. So it's got to be a jury that's intelligent, like a university professor that has their own thing going on and they just don't really pay attention to the news. Maybe they heard it, but they've formed no opinion about it.
And you already mentioned that you think he's not going to take the witness stand. I know typically defendants don't, but potentially it could help him in this situation.
In this situation, if I were his defense attorney, I would encourage him to testify. He has no priors. So the reason that you don't want your clients to testify is because they have, you know, problems in their life previously that you don't want the jury to know about.
And so we took a really deep dive into this case about the upcoming trial as well. So for our full 30-minute conversation, it is streaming right now on our CBS 8 app. You can download it now and watch for free. So I also reached out to the DA's office today. The trial is scheduled for March 9th. As of right now, we're told it will be held at the South Bay Courthouse. It is expected, Anna Carlo, to last at least 3 months.
That's so interesting that she would actually suggest for her client, if she was representing him, to testify, right?
Yeah, she's a defense attorney, right? So she has a different perspective than probably your average person does because she's seen things from that perspective, representing so many clients over the years.
Such a strange day, too. The timing of this, kind of bizarre. You're talking with Gretchen. We had that phone call today. What out of that phone call or that conversation with Gretchen surprised you the most?
Well, again, she's a defense attorney, so she does look at things differently. And she really kept reminding me, innocent until proven guilty. The burden of proof for the prosecution is extremely, extremely high. So I asked her as she was leaving, I said, where do you think this case is going to go? What do you think the verdict's going to be if you could make a prediction? And she says she thinks it's 50-50, that it could go either way. So we're going to have much more about this conversation coming up at 6. We talked a little bit more about whether or not the Maya Millete's family, if they're ever going to truly get the closure that they're looking for.
That's an interesting conversation. I want to hear it. Thanks so much.
Look forward to that whole 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kelly.